Hello and welcome to this edition of Staff Spotlight, a program where we learn more about the staff here at Bates Technical College. I'm your host, Ace Wheeler, and today we're talking with a dynamic instructor at Bates Technical College, Joe Brewer. He's an instructor for the Auto Body Rebuilding and Refining program and works to get students up to date with industry standards in the auto body world here at Bates Technical College. We're excited to learn more about his career as well as his background and journey here at Bates. Joe, thank you for being here. I know you're a busy man. You've been painting today before you got here, so I appreciate you taking time out of your day to sit down with me.
It's a pleasure, Ace. I'm glad to be here and help you guys out today and talk about all of our students that are working hard to meet their requirements. So.
Awesome. So you teach auto body. What does that entail?
So auto body is quite a journey. We do a lot for the public. We do outreach for different scenarios, so people can bring their cars into us for us to fix, and they get a better deal than if they went to a body shop. And the students get to do live work. So I'm all about live work because mock-up has its place, but you get always the internet details when you're working on somebody else's car. Yeah. And it means a little more to the student. You know, it's a mock-up, it's a fender here, you know, it doesn't really mean that much to them. But if it's somebody's car, you know, they're excited to actually, this is real, I got to make it look nice, you know, so we go into those types of deals.
So like this image here.
Yes.
There's
a good story on that image. It's kind of a sad story, but the lady that brought me this, her son passed away, and she called me up, and of course she's like, hey Joe, you know, my son always wanted to have his car done, and I'm on this journey, and she goes, it's very, very hard for me, but I want to get the car painted. You know, and she cries and this and that, and I said, why don't you come down to Bates and talk to us? Come meet the students, come see the class. So she did, and she brought some stuff, and she brought the car to us. She's like, yep, I'm gonna have it refinished. And so we did the job for her. Students actually painted a pin for her to put in her living room. She was ecstatic about it. Her name was Sally Wallace. So they got to see and interact with that customer quite a bit. And you know, she was hugging them and things to that nature because she was so ecstatic how her car turned out. That used to be her son's. And it was a journey for them to help her get over that process. Right. So the students got to learn that, you know, it's not just an automobile. This means a lot to them. There's more in depth on these types of things. And that was just one of the projects that we did, and it came out great. And both sides had a good experience, from the customer to the students.
How else do you get cars in? Is it students, personals? Is it your personals?
We do let the students do some of their work when they have a special project class, and they can bring in their own stuff and do some small things to that nature. And Fridays they get to do things like that too. So if they want to buff their headlights, or you know, maybe they're going to sand down a spoiler or something to that nature, and buff a spot on their car. So they get to do that on a Friday typically as they're learning.
Sweet. So like this image here, someone painted the Joker?
Yeah, that's so I let the students do the cans that they get to do, are recycled 5-gallon thinner cans. So it saves us money because we have to dispose of those cans, or we can make them, repurpose them. So we cut open the tops, the students get to take the cans home, and they get to do what they want as long as it's appropriate, you know, dialogue type of thing. And that was just a student that was in my class that he's like, hey, I'm really into the Joker comic scenes. I love that. Can I do that? Sure. So I helped them, show them how to do the layering, and they get to do paint and body work and that type of nature on the cans, and they get to keep them.
That's awesome. It's a little personal art piece that you do for a student. Yeah.
And they get excited about that, and it keeps them interacted with what they're working and learning. So we try to make learning fun.
Right. Yeah. That's part of being a teacher, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
you have fun. You have to be innovative. Yes.
So you did talk about pins, and you brought some pins with us. Can you tell a little bit about these pins? Like, I know there's different stages, right? They're all beat up, and then, you know, like this guy right here.
Sure.
Look at this guy. It's a piece of art.
That's right. We get a lot of kids that come through our class. That's first quarter students. So they start off, they'll be all busted up. They're donated to us by a couple different bowling alleys. One's Paradise Bowling Alley over in Parkland, and then 6th Ave Bowling Alley. So they supply the pins to us for free. The plastic on the pin is like a car bumper plastic.
Okay.
So the kids can do a plastic repair on that, prime it, paint it. They don't get to pick what they get to paint on the pins, because the pins are donated back to the bowling alley,
Okay.
and they give them off as gifts for whichever. It could be a birthday party, it could be a group where they want to give everybody a pin. We let that up to their discretion, but it has been beneficial as far as they've used the Wounded Warriors project. There used to be a bowling alley across at Bass Pro Shops across the street from Bates. They used to have a bowling alley there, and they did a Wounded Warriors project, so we painted up a bunch of pins for them, and they closed down the bowling alley, which was kind of sad because it was really easy access for me.
Really easy access, yeah.
Yeah, but birthday parties, things of that nature, different types of events that they do, and then everybody gets a pin. So it all depends on the venue, how they want to displace those pins out, and the students know that this is going back, and it could be a prize for a person that's 8 years old with a disability. Might be missing a hand or something to that nature. They put the bumpers up, they still get to bowl, everybody gets a prize.
That's
so
awesome.
that's us working with the community and giving back to the community, and the
doing.
students get excited about that too,
Yeah.
because it's like, hey, everybody's life's tough sometimes, and we want to help everybody out, and that's just a means for us to help out people with disabilities. Works out great.
That's super awesome.
Yeah.
So you said from my understanding, it's very practical, because like the plastic on these pins are just very similar to a car.
Correct.
And then obviously the paint is very similar to the car.
Yep.
And then you get clients who are like, I want this design, and you have to be like, okay, cool, and paint whatever design the client wants. So that's actually like really awesome for like someone who's super new. So
when we say the term auto body, it's a lot broader than that. So we do anything from we have Boeing, airplanes, to buses like Pierce Transit. We take the students on, last field trip we went on was to Pierce Transit, and so they have our opportunity to go to work at either one of those places. They get to move in ahead of everybody else because we have a relationship that they've completed my class, and it's on the same alignment of what they expect for a technician.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
So is there a certificate that they get?
They can do a degree or a certificate in science, and that's through, they can do like a refinishing only. That can be done in 1 quarter, or they can split it up and do it in 2 quarters, depends on the student. And that's our only really fast teach out type of thing. And then the other one, they're going to start from the beginning and go through the 6-quarter process.
Wow, 6 quarters, and you could paint cool stuff.
Yeah, and then go to work. So we get them
work.
jobs too.
Yeah.
It works out good.
Awesome. So is there anything interesting that's came into your shop?
Sure, we get all kinds of interesting cars, from older muscle cars to SWAT vehicles that are, that are used by SWAT teams. So we did a great big, I can't even remember the name of that. My co-instructor, Dave Brown, that I work with, he brought that in, and so it was kind of neat of an event. So the kids were excited about that. So it was pretty cool.
So it could be a surprise.
Yeah, people just go, hey, can you guys do this? Sure, we can do that.
I like that. That's awesome. So I have a quick question. Is there a certain difficulty, like certain parts of the car are more difficult to paint than another part, like a fender or a bumper or the hood?
So, you can just say you're going to do a roof on a Cadillac Escalade. That's really big and long, and you got to reach way out across to get to the center of the roof. You got to be standing up on a scaffolding type to do that. If you're not tall, so I mean, sometimes how you're built dictates, what area that you might be working in, But there's avenues around that too. So if you were kind of a short person, you probably wouldn't be doing too many roofs at that, but we could get you in a different spot, and you could still be a painter at some place like Boeing, where they have a lot of scaffolding and that type of nature, and they bring that up to you. Cars, you pretty much got to, the hoods can be very, very big or smaller. Yeah. But it all depends on the car. Luckily, cars have gotten smaller than what they used to be, because we've seen hoods miles long.
Yeah.
The older cars were really big.
Yep. So yeah, I miss those old boats. Those are probably one of my favorite styles, like long Impalas and
Yep.
the old Novas and whatnot. I don't know. There's just like a personality with them.
Yeah,
Right.
there's definitely, there's personality. There's a genre that goes with that. We have a lot of car clubs that we deal with that have actually donated for scholarships for the
wow.
students. So that's pretty cool.
Do you paint car vehicles? That
We have done some of the people that are in car clubs that we've done. Rod Knockers is the name of one club. I went out to Eatonville and went to their car show and did a outreach there and was talking with them. They came down to the school. They donated some money for the students. There was like $500 per student that
Wow.
signed up for the Rod Knockers scholarship. So we get scholarships from these types of things too. That's why we do those, and it benefits the students.
Wow, that's actually really awesome. Car clubs helping.
Yeah, it's car clubs, they like what we do.
Yeah.
So
that's actually really awesome.
yeah.
So, do you have a favorite style of car, like American muscle, JDMs, or Europeans to work on, or they're just all the same?
I'm a muscle car guy, but I do like imports. I like that type of thing, So it's like I like them all. I just like the artistic,
Yeah.
Making them look good. So it doesn't really matter the genre to me so much. My personal preference is muscle cars, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I think everything can look neat, from old trucks to mini trucks to
Everything
whatever.
in
Yeah, I like them
between,
all.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
people do them right, do them nice,
Right.
make them look good, and enjoy it. Have fun. That's what it's about. So.
In your program, do you get into the more difficult paint jobs like two-tone or candy?
Not so much candy, but we have done candies in the paint job. It all depends on the students that I have, the caliber that they're at. Sometimes we get students that are pretty darn good.
Really?
So we have a couple in there right now. Student did that Joker face. He's pretty artistic, and I have a couple other guys that are pretty good. And so as they're going through the program, they can go, "Hey Joe, I kind of like this style of car. I'd like to work in the classic restoration." And it could be from guitars to surfboards to you name it.
Wow.
Whatever needs to be painted, there's
You'll
a
get it done.
genre for that, and they could go into that and they can do it. So I mean,
Interesting.
if they're really artistic and that's what they really like to do, we have avenues for them.
Wow. And you didn't mention Boeing. So like
Yeah.
your students can go through this program and then go work and
Yes.
paint airplanes.
Yes. I have several students that are doing that right now.
Wow.
I had a student named Hunter that came through on a special program for high school, and he's painting at Boeing right now. There's several students that have went through my class that
And
work at Boeing.
The same sort of process with an
Yep,
airplane?
same process.
That's crazy. I never would have thought.
Yep. So that's why we teach a lot of different styles of paint, because they use a little bit different paint than that they put on cars.
Yeah.
But we still teach that to them so that they can have a broader spectrum to pick a field that they want to go
It's
into.
actually really cool.
Yeah.
Wow. I never would have thought that, like, cars to airplanes and everything in between.
Yeah,
Like,
guitar, surfboard,
guitar,
skateboards, you name it.
oh, wow. So with like surfboards and guitars, like, so do some students bring in like their personal skateboard, surfboard, guitars, and
I have a
for
student
fun?
doing some dice that they welded up in welding. So in the way they took welding class or in welding, they got these metal cubes. They're going to paint them up and do some graphics on it, and for their special project, got that happening right now. There's a thing called like pinstriping brushes. I have a student right now that's practicing with that. So that way they can, if they're artistic and they want to do that, I'll let them, experiment with that. And if they're pretty good at it, then, maybe that's the avenue that they want to get into.
Wow,
So
that sounds like a lot of fun.
yeah,
Any-
we kind of, not everybody's in that nature. You'll see some of the photos of the class where the students get to pick out. There's going to be some that are simpler, some that are more complex, and when I just show them those as they go. And so it's more about what the student wants to do than more about me going, hey, everybody has to do that. That's not how I really teach that. They're still getting the painting fundamentals, and if they're artistic and they want to learn more, we'll get into those things
So
too
it's-
and let them go that
So
route.
at the end of the day, it's an art class.
Not really. It's an auto body class, but I will let them go further with
Gotcha,
their
gotcha.
artistic ability, so that because that's what that student's interested in. So
Very technical.
and if you weren't, I'm not going to make you go through that because you're like, I can't even draw a stick figure. Me either. Hey,
Right.
we're going to skip that. We're going to move on. So
right.
yeah, it all depends on the student.
Cool. Well, that's really awesome. I learned a whole lot about your program today.
Yeah, thanks.
So let's take a quick break here.
Okay.
I have a lot more questions when we get back from break. So if you're please watching this, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Staff Spotlight. Today we're talking with Bates Technical College Auto Body Rebuilding and Refining Instructor Joe Brewer. And well, we learned a whole lot about your program, what you do with the community, what students get to do, from bowling pins, cars, airplanes, everything in between. I learned a whole lot about your program. Super cool what you're doing, especially the community aspect of it. But right now, I wanted to get to know who is Joe Brewer. What got you interested with cars? Who, like, was it your dad, grandpa, an uncle, a brother, a friend?
So for me, I always liked cars. I've been ever since I was a kid. Mm-hmm. I liked everything about them. I was driving since I was like 10. So I was no kidding. So grew up in a small town called Morton, Washington. Mm-hmm. Graduating class of 45. That's kind of considered small now. I don't know why. I was huge. I was one of the biggest classes at Morton. But it was a great little town that I grew up in, and we had a shop called Van Cleves Ford, and they were into drag racing. They were on. They actually drove for Budweiser back in the '80s. His name was Jim Van Cleves. So I always wanted to be into drag racing and cars and hot rods and things like that. And my uncles and all my relatives had hot rods, and so.
Pretty much grew up with cars.
Yeah, I just loved it.
Do you have a favorite car?
Yeah, 69 Camaro convertible. I have one.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah. Anything else?
Any more favorites?
Yeah, any more favorites?
Oh, I got
just the one?
No. I like Chevelles and Novas and things to that nature. So yeah.
Awesome. So growing up with cars, was it like more like the driving aspect, the mechanical aspect, or I mean, I know you teach auto body and painting, or
both.
All of it?
I liked all of it.
Okay.
So that's what I like to do in my free time. I like to tinker with the engines and things to that nature, soup them up, do that type of thing. It's not body work or something like that. So head porting, that type of stuff, I like to play with a little bit on the side just for my own stuff. I don't do other people's stuff or anything like that, but I like to tinker on cars. That's what I like to do.
Do you still do it after work?
Sure.
Yeah.
I had to help my brother get his car running yesterday.
Nice.
So yeah.
How about this car right here? Is that yours or?
That was a customer of ours. That was my uncle's car that was done at Bates Paint and Body, and that'll be at Good Guys coming up.
Where can people go see this car at?
That'll be at Good Guys next year.
So
he almost had it ready to go this year, but he's got to get the interior finished up, and then he'll be bringing that to Good Guys. Students painted it.
Awesome.
And so it's a pretty nice car.
Yeah. We
did some flush mount glass. There's no moldings on it, so it's a custom windshield and that we put in the car.
Nice.
Yeah, so pretty. We do some high-end stuff and just general cars in general. But yeah, so they get a lot of different avenues to work on through Bates.
Sweet.
Yeah,
awesome.
Customers are usually pretty beneficial, and they like to tip the students. They always tip the students, so that's always good.
Yeah.
Students love it. They're working hard. They get some extra cash. They like that.
Yeah. What was the transition of you working on your personal cars and then deciding to go teach, or working at a shop first, and then what made you decide to go into the teaching realm?
I had a really good instructor. His name was Bill Byrne. He taught here for 35 years. And so he was part of that avenue. He's like, hey, Joe, you got to give back to society. You got to, do this or that. You can do this. I'm like, he goes, you're the perfect fit. He'd always come and talk to me. And so finally I said, okay, Bill, I'll do it. Let's give it a try. So I taught some night classes here and at Clover Park.
Mm-hmm.
And
which one's better?
Oh, here, of course.
Good answer.
But I did that in the 90s, and then, as Bill, one day he come up to me, he was like, hey, I'm gonna get ready to retire. You should put your hat in the book, see if you get in. I'm like, well, he's like, you got to get back, Joe. So I said, okay. So I applied for the job, and I got the job, and been here for about 14 years now, and I love it. It's great.
Awesome. 14 long years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. Seems like yesterday. I mean, it went by pretty fast.
How much does the auto body world change?
It's basically, say, like the structures of the car, what the cars are made out of, have changed a lot. There's boron steels, different types of steels that are high strength steels and that type of thing. So the structure of the car itself is a lot different. A lot of cars, some cars are pure plastic, like the smart car. A lot of computers and things of that nature in the cars now. But the paint itself to apply to the car is pretty much the same. There's a little bit tweaks here and there, but that process is similar. The repair process on how to repair the steels on the car are a lot different.
Interesting. So paint, not a whole lot, but just the material of the car.
Just the material what the cars are made out of. There's a lot of different, they never had a plastic car before, but they have now.
What's your thoughts on plastic cars, or compared to steel?
They have, the Saturn was one of the ones that came out early, and that was a pretty good design. Used the egg carton design on that for when they were impacted. So like if you had to keep eggs from breaking, they used that type of format when they built the inner structure of the car. So that smart car kind of went off that a little bit as far as what they have for their plastic panels, kind of more like a motorcycle with a little shell around it, basically. So it's different on that, but it all turns out to be relatively the same.
All right, so just, I don't know. I feel like steel bumper, like, come on, man.
Yeah, there's not too many chrome bumpers anymore.
Yeah.
You don't see that anymore, so.
That's just a round piece of plastic.
But things come and go, sometimes what goes around comes around.
So you didn't mention you're more of the muscle car, right? You own your favorite muscle car. That's awesome. Yep. What about muscle car you really enjoy?
I like the sound of them. I like the power that they provide. They're just kind of a fun car to drive, I guess. That's what I say. I like them.
America.
Yeah, it's America.
Yeah, American muscle.
Can't get any more American than that.
No, you can't. All right. So let's say, today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. Do you have something planned for the weekend?
Oh, let's see.
Working on cars?
Probably be working on cars a little bit. Might be test driving a car this weekend. So, yeah, I got a lot of my group that I hang out with on the side are all car guys. Yeah, and we have the same interests, and we help each other out. So they'll be working on something, so I'll help them out.
So at work, you're playing with cars. At home, you're playing with cars.
Yeah, maybe I'll go fishing, and we'll just leave the cars alone for a day or so.
Hey,
why not?
Just wondering, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fishing. Do you like to fish?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fishing's fun.
It is fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like fishing, crabbing, all that type of stuff. So gives you it's like to be out in the water.
Nice break from society.
Yeah, you can go through some coves and be hidden,
Yep.
Just enjoy nature for a bit.
Do you like to bass fish or trout?
I like to trout fish, bass fish. Don't do much. I get seasick, so I try to stay out of that saltwater stuff.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I prefer saltwater to eat saltwater fish.
Yeah.
They taste a little bit better, I think.
Sure.
But I mean,
they have some good freshwater. You got to try walleye.
Walleye is great.
See?
Walleye is underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but man, fishing's great. How about hunting, outdoors, hikes?
I'm not a hunter. No hunting for me.
Fishing?
Just fishing.
All right. Is there something that most students don't know about you that you would like to share?
Oh, they probably didn't know that I was a lawnmower racer for a while.
You were a lawnmower racer?
Yeah.
So you took the motor of a lawnmower.
Souped up a lawnmower and raced it. That's the part, for my little small town of Morton, which is happening second weekend in August on Friday. If you've never been to a lawnmower race, quite entertaining. Look it up on YouTube.
How long have you
Raced for a long time.
Long
Some
time?
of the best racing I ever did in my life was lawnmower racing.
Really?
Oh yeah.
No way.
Yeah, open wheeled.
Huh.
Very fun. Me
It
and probably 8 of my buddies did it. So we'd go from Omak to up to Fort Hadlock, all over the place. Car trailer up a bunch of lawnmowers, have a good time, race.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
That's awesome. Did you ever win anything big?
We did. We won
Yeah?
a few things big. Yeah, we had a good
way.
time.
Wow.
We had some trophies. We won best of show, painted up the lawnmowers. So yeah, it was fun.
Lawnmower racer. I never would have thought.
Yeah.
Do you still race?
I don't.
No?
No. Shoulders are not too good for that, you know.
Oh, okay.
No suspension. It's hard on the body.
Okay, you're retired.
I did. You got to know when to say when. Yeah.
Joe, I appreciate you spending time out of your busy day to be here. I had a good time. Hope
I
you had
did
a great
too.
time.
It was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got to help out the broadcasting program and all the students there. So, you know,
Appreciate it, man.
I think everybody's doing a good job.
Yeah.
They're
Sounds like your program's helping out the community. We're doing a lot of cool things.
sure.
So, well, appreciate it. Well, to the people who are watching, once again, I was your host, Ace Wheeler. And this program is brought to you by the students in the Broadcast Video Production program at Bates Technical College. For more information about the Broadcasting Video Production program at Bates, please go to www.batestech.edu/broadcasting. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Staff Spotlight.